Millionaire's shortbread, an absolutely timeless British treat that you'll find everywhere from your local garden centre to Starbucks and Costa all across the country. Super buttery, crumbly shortbread, gooey sweet caramel and some melting milk chocolate on top. But have you ever tried making this treat in your own kitchen? Today I want to show you how to make each and every single one of these layers easier than ever. Let's get into it. Perhaps unsurprisingly, our millionaire shortbread begins with the shortbread, our base layer. We start this off with some plain flour, a little bit of sugar and a nice hefty dose of butter for flavour, colour and texture purposes. Now you can use your hands to kind of rub these together into a kind of crumbly rubble in a large bowl, or if you have a little food blitzer or processor like my family did very conveniently when I wanted to make this, you can blitz it up in that. If your butter was a little bit kind of too cold or the flour too dry and the mixture is a bit too crumbly, feel free to add some gradual little doses of cold water just until it's looking like this. Somewhat clumped together but also somewhat loose. This is what ensures that it will bind enough to be a coherent biscuit but enough to be short and crumbly as shortbread should be. So in a buttered and lined tin with just a little bit of paper overhang on the sides, you're just going to want to tip the contents of your bowl or mixer, obviously making sure you've removed the blade because that would not be particularly fun for your fingers, and you're just going to want to tip that straight into the tin before using either a couple of spoons or a clean pair of hands just to kind of squish and press that into one flat layer of shortbread in the base of the tin. You're then going to want to prick it with a fork. This just stops it from rising in the oven, and you're going to want to bake that for about 30 to 40 minutes until it's golden, slightly puffed up and just nice and evenly crisp throughout. Now it's time to make your filling. For the caramel, we begin with butter and either golden syrup or brown sugar for colour and flavour. Then you're going to want to add just a big helping heaping or an entire tin of condensed milk before popping it over a low to medium heat and just simmering until the caramel comes to a lovely bubble and thickens up. Please be careful. This is super hot and really not fun. So do be very careful as you cook and pour it over your base. If you have kids helping out, keep them well away at this point and don't be tempted to lick the spoon. I know, it's difficult, but it would not be worth the hospital visit. Once you have a beautiful shining golden layer on top, allow that to set for about half an hour just at room temperature, and then you're going to want to break up some dark chocolate or milk chocolate or even a mix of both. If you have a super sweet tooth, white chocolate works here too, with a little bit of butter just to help it stay soft enough for slicing later. Melt those together until they're nice and smooth and just spread them evenly over that lovely caramel layer. Allow it to kind of sit as long as you can at room temperature, but if it's a particularly warm place you're in, just pop it in the fridge for a few hours until it's set so that you can slice it into these gorgeous, chunky, rustic, sweet, smooth, crumbly, creamy millionaire shortbread bars. Just an absolute dream for dessert lovers. We've loved this recipe for years and I really hope you'll love it too. See you for the next one.